It's time now for our wild card inclusion, the 31st top athlete of the class of 2025. This is our Joker.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you guys can remember that last year's Joker was the very famous war cry captain in Leeds and Luton, who gained so much fame that she even visited the Sharks camp and visited Kolisi.
And listen, when it comes to our war cries, we're clearly number one.
Oh yeah.
Of course, this year, it is none other than Zidane Johnson. This young 9-year-old really showed up and showed out in Mpumalanga.
Colby goes. I mean, there was a game on hand, but everyone was just like, give the ball to Zidane.
As he should.
Nah, that was dope.
Now, this competition about you and I, what are we going to do about it?
It's not even a competition. It's not a competition because we all know that I'm Oli, she's Olrethu Zondi. Oli's Zondi, Olrethu Zondi.
What do you guys think is the real question? I'm going to let you ponder on that, but also, Oli, don't you actually have to be somewhere?
Oh yeah, at the rugby. I say, goosey. The time and the moment we have all been waiting for. It is rugby time on Class of 2025. And I'm joined here in studio by the guys from Rugby 216. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through. And I believe, Cooks, that you guys had interesting awards recently.
Very interesting. Luckily, the public voted. Our job was to come up with the nominations. Sport obviously went the Bloom route. Alex went the Ronald Bosch route. Just to try and keep the peace, but somehow I found myself getting in danger. All I know is that I can't set foot in Bloom. I mean, I've tried to make peace there, but apparently it's still not good enough.
You actually left the country for the announcement show when we announced the winners of the awards. You just left South Africa completely.
I gave him a chance at redemption in Bloom, eh? Yeah. I took him to the great college Mana Aunt. Didn't work out well. It went from bad to worse, you know. So now there's a few places in Bloom that's banned him as well. and it's a really tough show, you know, for me to be involved in because according to these two guys, there's only two provinces that play rugby in South Africa. The Western Cape and the Eastern Cape. So, you know, Cooksy says he's there to keep the peace. You know, I'm just bringing Central South Africa into the mix.
Yeah, thank you so much, gentlemen. I think we're going to get right into it. And to kick us off, the tank, Ethan Adams, all the way from Grey College. What a phenomenal player. Sport, I think he's just had a phenomenal season. He's not new, obviously, you know, in the spotlight. But what a year he's had this year.
He backed up a very good grade 11 year. And isn't that the difficult thing, guys? You know, sometimes you've got this amazing breakout year in grade 11, but I think the Tank's story starts a lot earlier.
Yeah.
The Tank is a man from Karedo in the Eastern Cape, a small town, and he went to Paul Sauer Primary School, got the opportunity in grade 8 to go to Grey College, and that's where sort of he's transformed into this cult figure as a schoolboy. 105 kgs, 2 bricks high, you know, difficult to stop. Cooksy, for me, what stands out about him almost is his skill level. Everybody looks at his size, but his distribution skills and his understanding of the game.
No, I mean, you look at the Tank. I mean, for me, man marked every time he played this year, but they still couldn't stop him. You know, grade 11 was phenomenal. I mean, even through the sevens and. You know, I think that's for me the testament is the fact that people know what's coming and you still can't stop it. Defensively, it was fantastic and very, very excited to see when he goes to the Lions next year how they use him. But massive future for the Tank.
No, incredible. And Alex, I think I want to take you down to Durban. That's the only province I think KZN is the only province I think plays rugby.
Be careful. You live in Gauteng now. You've got to be careful.
Watch yourself,
Of course. But I just want to take you down to Durban to a very talented boy by the name of Zeketelo Siaya, a Westville boy who played in a unbeaten season. For Westville.
They were the only major school to have an unbeaten season this year. And when they played DHS, Rugby on 216, we were there, interviewed Zeketelo afterwards. And I think we've spoken about it so much on Rugby on 216, what he's able to do with the space he's given and just to create things from almost nowhere is incredible. It's also not the first year that we've been watching him as well. So it's just been amazing to see him grow. And what he can do with the ball, whether it's running with the ball in hand, kicking, fantastic. He's a package. I think I've heard Sport call him that more than once.
Yeah, he's the complete package. And I want to take you back at how his development got kick-started, Cooksy. Last year, in his grade 11 year, he wasn't picked in the SA Schools side. He was picked in the SA Schools A side. Yeah. And then because of an injury, just before that match when they play each other, he moved over to the SA Schools side. I don't know if you can remember that. And that sort of kick-started everything. Yeah. And he is a schoolboy superstar.
Absolutely.
One of the best
Absolutely.
that has played the schoolboy game in South Africa.
Absolutely.
Balanced, kicks well, pace, a schoolboy prodigy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cooks, I believe that when you were at the EP Kings, you may have played lock as well, if I'm not too mistaken.
Very short lock.
They use them only in the short line. Yeah.
And there's a boy by the name of Arya Meyer, who's set to be the next Peter Steff. You know, and I think you're very well versed when it comes to the lock position, flank positions as well. So what's your take on Arya Meyer?
He's fantastic. You know, Gray didn't have him early in the season with an injury, but when he came back there, he's easily one of the best forwards in the country. And it's not just what he does, his size-wise, he's fantastic line-out time. It's almost impossible to win your own line-out. I mean, then you have his ability with ball in hand, then his work rate, and obviously his leadership skills as well. And whatever side he was in, he made a phenomenal Craven week as well, what he did. And that's, in the Craven Week side, he was probably the best player in the Craven Week for the Free State side, in a side that had, you know, the tank and, you know, Mgedezi. But for me, what Arya does is he's a rugby IQ is on a different level as well. Very, very smart kid. And he's got such a bright future. And, you know, we speak of Arya all the time. You watch a great college game or Free State game, you be man of the match every weekend.
Absolutely.
Man of the match twice out of the 3 games at Craven Week for Free State. And he's a boy from Paris originally. And it's always so refreshing to catch up with him and his dad. Because just the way they speak about rugby is absolutely amazing. His dad is his dad, you know, and he's there to support. And Arya takes care of the business, you know, on the field. And I want to agree with Cooks. As far as rugby IQ go, and especially as a forward, one of the smartest schoolboy rugby players I've come across.
Yeah.
And he just loves rugby. When he gate crashed our Rugby on 2 and 6 show at Craven Week, what came across was just so how much fun he was having, just being at Craven Week, experiencing Middelburg and playing in a slightly different team. And sometimes you forget that these guys, actually, they've taken up the sport because they love it so much. But he makes it very clear. He does it because he loves it.
Western Province, lucky to have him.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. And while I still have you, Alex, I think I want to take it to the new age prop in other terms, or in the terminology that is being used to describe Jordan Uester.
So we've been talking in the Springboks about Andre Esterhuizen as the flenter, right? I think Jordan Uester could step into many backlines in South African schoolboy rugby.
What'll that make him, a printer?
Yeah, and he'd elevate it. To do what he does as a prop, the line breaks that we saw at Craven Week that we've seen for school, it's just incredible. Aside from the fact that you scrum against him, you're going to go back. You're never going to go forward. You're either going to stay still or you're going to go back. But he can run and pass like a centre. I've even seen him try a little kick through once or twice to varying degrees of success. But just the size, the speed, any team is lucky to have him.
Somebody in the poll would say 130 kilogram. 130 kgs. You know, and he runs like that. And he passes like that. He is new age.
Yeah.
It's a new age. You go watch the last 50 minutes of the Paul Derby and tell me about how props can't be match winners. I mean, scrum time, ball in hand. He turns the biggest game of the season on his head, basically almost all on his own. I mean, what an incredible player.
I mean, you mentioned line breaks, you mentioned passing. I didn't obviously think, honestly, that props can do that.
No.
I mean,
look, these days it is different. There's a few of them that can do it, but then sometimes they neglect their core role. And that's what makes Jordan special. He first takes you to a dark place, then he runs circles around you. You know what I'm saying? So he bullies you on both fronts, and that's the scary part. You can't hurt him physically.
It's not like the props that, you know, they've got a couple scrums and then they're getting tired and they're a bit slow around the park. The stamina he has, the energy he just has all the time. He'll scrum you all day and he'll run over you all day.
Absolutely, absolutely. The discussions have been incredible, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And these class of 2025 rugby selections have been brought to you by Under Armour as well as Take a Lot. It has been Ethan Adams, it has been Arya Meyer, it has been Zekatelo Siaya, as well as Jordan Uester.